Is it time to sell Tesla stock? Please pay attention because every time we've hit this downtrend, we've rejected. We got over it briefly, but after the fourth earning miss in a row, you're probably wondering, now that the stock is now back below the downtrend, will it reject again? Are we going to go lower? Well, the stock is down by 2% on the day, 8% in after hours, and we're back to red on the year. Oh yeah, doing it right. This company does not seem all that magnificent. So why is it in the Magnificent Seven? Well, I'm starting to wonder the same thing myself. Even after this incredible pump, the stock is still not doing well. And I would note that on our morning stream this morning, we talked about how there are a lot of short sellers. So let me see if I can pull that article up. Tesla shorts. Well, they got stung pretty hard, right? They piled in heavy. The stock went up. And I think they're getting their revenge here. Hedge funds that piled into the big Tesla short, they got stung by the rally. Whoa. Yeah, this stock moved big time. 144 to basically 260. And then he canceled Robotaxi, pushed it to October. So, like, what is there to be excited about? I'm not really sure. But let's go through the earnings numbers here because we want to understand what's happening. Tesla reports 7% drop in auto revenue as earnings fall short of Wall Street estimates. Okay, well, maybe it's time to focus on building your companies and not going out doing all this other stuff. Let's just say that 52 cents per share adjusted when we were looking for 64. And the ironic part is that the whisper number was also a beat. So Tesla looks like extra bad. Why? They've missed 4 times in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's make this a little bit simpler because not everyone is able to understand what that means. Year over year, revenue down, net income down, diluted EPS down, net profit margin down by 50, 50, 55, and 10%, not 8% there. Oof. EPS missed by 16%. And the whisper number was higher. So this stock should not have gone higher. But Elon's really good at pulling strings. So people got stung. I think they're going to get their money back. Why? Just happen to think that. All right, let's go a little bit deeper. Why? Well, because Elon's been telling us the reason why these hedge funds piled in is because they saw the same thing everyone else did. And Elon even told them. He said that Chinese EV firms will demolish rivals without trade barriers. Well, look at their earnings. It's down by 50%. Doesn't look like a winning company to me. Doesn't seem all that magnificent. So what's going on here? That's exactly what I'm wondering. And if you've been noticing, I've been talking more about BYD and Tesla lately. I'm not going to jump down that rabbit hole today, but on Bloomberg's Elon Inc., they talk about how Elon goes all in for Trump. Did he bite off more than he can chew? Woof, right? Ugh, this is going to be interesting. Yes, it is. And he had laser eyes on his Twitter bio yesterday. What did he do? He went to go see Trump, right? Yeah, let's go see Trump. They went to go some conference or whatever. What happened now? Poof, they're gone. Why? Because Bitcoin's down. It's down by 2.3%. That Musk effect is not really there like it used to be. Why? Well, because Tesla stock has not been great. Used to be 400, now it's 200. And it went down all the way to 100. And Cathie Woods owns it. It's her largest holding. Do you see the warning signs yet? Oh, crap. I hope you do. Why? Because Cathie Woods is the greatest wealth destroyer of all time. She's earned that title. And Elon is not getting the same effect he was before. I'm not saying he's not smart. Not saying he's not a smart guy who can make money for his shareholders. I'm just saying, hey, I'm just here trying to understand. By the way, I own Tesla. I trimmed a significant portion of it at 263. I'm still holding on to some here, though. So it's not like I'm trying to bash Tesla just for the sake of it. I'm saying, hey, the company didn't deliver. So it deserves this rating of down basically 10% in the last, last day, 2%. It's even going further down here in after hours. Read these headlines. Musk says Tesla will have humanoid robot next year. Hey, that didn't work. Right? He's talking about Robotaxi, talking about humanoid robots. The market doesn't believe him. They're looking at the numbers. You lose it, you fire it, right? Down 50%. It's not good. So yes, Elon's still good. He's still smart. Is it really magnificent? Well, let's look over to Google, which is also helping to take stocks down in after hours. We can see that the S&P is now also down. So kind of forgot. Let's go back to the S&P here. But just before we do that, I'm going to ask you for a huge favor. If you could please consider smashing that thumbs up and subscribing to the channel, I would greatly appreciate that. Thank you ahead of time. So Google was initially up in after hours and the market was stable. And now we're down. So Google on its earnings call, I can only guess that's the reason why it's down, because it actually beat on earnings. Let's have a look here. So Google also ran pretty hard into its earnings. The last earnings report was over here. So the stock went from 150 up to 190, right? Pretty nice rip. So yeah, we're coming down a bit. Back to where? Back to support in the 50 DMA. We'll find out whether this is a head and shoulders, knees and toes, and we're going to go lower, maybe retest our 200 DMA, or gap downs are for buying and we're going to rally tomorrow. So let's see what happened here. Let's read those Google numbers. So beat on top, beat on bottom, initial reaction in after hours. Hey, that's what you would expect. The company probably guided down a bit, saying the future's not going to be as rosy as you think. That's what usually happens in after hours. Let's refresh here. Alphabet beats earnings expectations, but misses on YouTube ad revenue. Okay. I don't actually read this before I hit record. I know I'm later today, so thank you for your patience. Headline says it. Down on YouTube ad revenue. Okay. Earnings beat, revenue beat. Google ad revenue slightly down. All right, missed by 30 million. Is that 30 million? Yeah, 30 million. Okay. Oh no, it's over. Cloud beat. Traffic acquisition cost is down, or it's I don't know what that number means. Anyway, so the stock's down a little bit in after hours, but look where it started, right? Whoa. People were selling Magnificent Seven stock. So I can understand this part, right? The first sell-off, I understand that. If this is going to be a dead cat bounce, I just showed you what to look for. Note knees and toes, shoulder, head, shoulder. So there's no point in trying to get all worked up about what happened here. The stock went up a lot since the last earnings report. So since the October low, yeah, it's been a party. Went from 80 to 180. Whoa. Yes, and the stock has corrected in between. So if there's more to the story here than just it being a dip, let's zoom out. On the weekly chart, oh man, this is like really simple. What are we doing? We're pointing up. That's why there's an uptrend. We're over our all-time high, which is where we see the horizontal ray start from, right? All the way back to here. You can see it. So we're in blue sky territories, which are bullish. We're still pointing up, which is bullish. We're just a little bit less bullish right now. So in terms of dips you want to buy, we could come back down to roughly 167, and that would still be holding the uptrend. Like what? Like the previous times. If we zoom out one more time, monthly higher low would be here at 170, 117, and we could look for a retest back down to roughly 150. What would that be? That's probably a strong buy. Resistance turning into support. Yeah, I would probably buy some there personally. I don't own Google right now. I've been in and out of it. All right, so let's get through the rest of the news here because I think this is what people really care about. Today's video is going to focus on Tesla, and you guys just heard. So I think Tesla's in trouble, and I made a video about that recently. I said, hey, BYD is coming for their lunch. They're going to eat their lunch, their breakfast, their snacks, their dessert. Why? Because BYD is hungry. And Tesla, let me see if I can pull this up really fast here. I respect what Elon has done a lot. Here's what I don't think he's doing lately. Leader versus boss. I think, I mentioned this a couple of years ago too. Elon used to be the guy who would do this on the factory floor, sweating with his employees. To what? To be a leader, to pull his mission forward. Lately, he's been on his Twitter perch or his X post, whatever. I don't even know what to call it now. He's bossing, right? Go do my biddings. And he's aligning himself with someone who does the same thing. So this is what made Elon successful. He's able to do whatever he wants with the fruit he's harvested. He's choosing to do this, in my opinion. This earns you respect. This means people will do what you want reluctantly. That's my opinion. That's what people are doing on the stock. They're voting. And he loves to manipulate the shorts. So what happened? Man, they got stung hard. Stock rallied like, I don't know. What is it? Let's go to the bottom here. Woof, right? 94%. And the company is worth how much? Yeah, that's like a $300 billion plus rally. Whoa. And now they're gonna take it right back to him, right? That's not what I like to invest in. I like to invest in good companies at fair prices that have a positive outlook. So far, collectively for earnings, there's some beats, there's some misses, there's some sour reactions to good numbers. Let's just look at SPY. Why? Because that's all I really care about. On the weekly chart, we're up, even with the move lower in after hours. Last week we closed at 549, so we're up by 2 points. What does that mean? Hey, we're green on the week. Who cares what the news was? At least for right now, even with the move in after hours, we're up. And I already told you. At the end of last week, I was expecting negative follow-through. Why? By closing at or near the low of the week, we usually get follow-through. Where would the S&P have to go to really break the uptrend? Well, this week it would be a 537. If we look at the monthly chart, yeah, we're already going to get a warning if that happens. We have to lose 551. We're battling for that right now. Ironically, as I look at this here, it's 5517, last month high. It is 550.28. Hey, back test. It's another back test. That's all it is. Strong support on the monthly for now, right? It's support until it's not, right? Let's be honest. Uptrends hold until they don't. They look great in hindsight, but every chart kind of says the same thing. We go to our daily chart now. Let's hide the sidebar. What does it say? We're bullish until we stop going up. Really? That's it? That is it. We're bullish or we're going up until we stop going up. Right? There you go. It's an uptrend. So bounce, 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 bounce. Will we bounce here too? I don't know. If we do or don't, I already laid out the playbook, but I'll summarize it for you right now. All right, here we go. So delete. Same thing as what what Google looks like right now. If this is going to be bearish and we're going to go fill gaps and break the weekly, monthly chart, we're probably going to do something like this. We're going to have to come back down to test our 50 DMA, get a bounce, and then lose the 50 DMA. That's like pretty simple. Yes, it's simple. We're already going to stop going up. We're probably going to be filling a gap or 5%. That's already a dip. And remember the template from NVIDIA. Oh, that's right. This happened. And it bounced off the 50. And now we're not sure. It got rejected on the uptrend here, right? So all I'm trying to tell you is that as people are feeling emotions that are very acute, right? Greed, fear. We're not really solidly into greed. We're not really solidly into fear. What are we? Greed, neutral, greed, neutral. We don't have conviction or follow through. I think people are confused about whether or not they want to actually own stocks. They're like, yeah, well, stocks seem good when they're going up, but when they start going down, we go right back to money markets, right? 6.15 trillion right now. So what I really want to look for going into the end of the week are these couple of charts that have been doing really well. Why? I'm not going to talk about it today, but man, Tom Lee made a call that we're going to rally by 40% in 10 weeks. Just think about that for a second. 40% in 10 weeks. That means 4% a week or basically 1% a day. Is Tom Lee right? Well, let's look at it right now. Why? The stock's up over 1% today. It's down in after hours, but it's up 1% right now. Whoa. Yes. So there's still rotation happening. Is it as strong as before? No. The RSP is down about half of 1% with after hours. The Dow is also slightly down. But hey, this is healthy. It's what everyone wants. So let's look here at one day. All right, mixed, right? A little bit of green, a little bit of gray, lots of red. Let's look at 1 week. Okay, can we clean this up? Yes, we can. No group. Oh, okay. There's the theme. Sell these guys. And then, I don't know, stock pickers market, right? Red, green, red, green. Yeah, it's like it's Christmas. Now let's go out to 1 month. Let's go back to group. Okay, banks are good. Some semiconductors are bad. For the most part, there's some blocks that are red inside each group, but broadly still green. Okay. Gets greener. Okay. We look at 1 year out. Oh, it's all mostly green. Yes, over time, stocks go up. Unless you're what? Unless you're Tesla. Blah. All right, with that said, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you tomorrow. If not, maybe you want to subscribe on the right and hang out with me at 9:15 a.m. Thanks so much.